Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today's the 2nd of March, 2018. 2nd of March, 2018. And I'm showing you the research results if you type in Alex Jones and Joe Rogan. And as you can see, it's incredibly substantial. It just keeps going on and on and on. And I mean, they're not missing a beat. There's every iteration of it where, someone's breaking it down into certain little segments, etc. I find it strange for someone that was taken off of YouTube because he was so, I don't know, so controversial, so much of a truther, such a threat to the elites. He was taken down entirely, him and all his millions of subscribers. And then suddenly he shows back up, and as you can see, in 2 days, 6.2 million views, and that's just on the main one video. But you know what I started thinking about? And when you're on the road and you're listening to something like this, even though you keep losing it because cell phone drops out, I'm listening to this, and the very first thing he keeps doing is he keeps bringing up the fact that mainstream media is claiming that he was telling his deranged subscribers to go to Parkland and bother or harm the Parkland shooting parents. He says it over and over and over and over and over, literally. He says it at least a dozen times, at least, because he's manic. The funny thing is, I hadn't even heard anything about it. Not whatsoever at all. But he keeps talking about it. And thanks to YouTube's new rules, I can't show you a video clip, but I'm going to have to explain it to you. A Manchurian candidate is someone that doesn't even know that they're an assassin or they're going to be used to commit a crime or a murder or anything like that. They are simply given a code word. And it really, really sounds like that's exactly what Alex was doing. Because why would they give him so much? I mean, Google's already proven to us without a shadow of a doubt, no two ways about it. And they actually talk about this. Google can literally bury you. Bury you. No one will ever find you. You type in 9/11, you type in Sandy Hook, you type in the Challenger explosion, you type in any of this stuff, and you'll find never-ending mainstream like this. Now, I just typed in Challenger hoax. In the old days, it would show channels like, it would show a lot of channels that you would be familiar with. I don't want to say any names right now because I don't want to leave anybody out. But when you type in Challenger hoax, you see what I'm saying? I can't show this to you. See? Challenger hoax. The first things that show up are NBC, the Weather Channel, C-SPAN, ABC, Sirius Disclosure, Fox Business, CNN, Cleveland.com, The Telegraph. Now, none of these people are exposing the fact that every one of these people alleged to have been killed in an explosion of a space shuttle launched by NASA, all of them can be found to this day alive and well. And the funny thing about every one of these people is they all have a very specific look. They all have very specific faces, and they can all be located, and they're all professing, they're all teaching someplace. So, long story short, is if what Alex Jones had to say was so inflammatory and they didn't want people hearing it, no matter if it's Joe Rogan, the Uber sellout or not, you wouldn't find this. And that's exactly what you find. I mean, every single solitary one of these goes right back to Joe Rogan. Every single one of these showcases everything that Alex was vomiting and blathering about. Now, the one thing that Alex brings up, he has to give you some truth. He has to. But, he, instead of explaining how Israel completely took over the Palestinians' land and they're killing them in an open air martial law scenario with a large steel wall around them, he says that the Palestinians are terrorizing poor Israel. Poor Israel, the country that spies on us, the country that we give money to every single solitary year, whether you like it or not, the country that our own government passed laws against us, the American citizens. The American government passed laws against American citizens where you cannot say anything detrimental or even remotely true about Israel. That happened. Anti-BDS law. Look that up. Or don't, at any rate. Alex does bring up a couple of little things. How he keeps saying the word aliens, but at least, at the bare minimum, he at least says they're interdimensional beings. He explains how NASA is the actual true government, and I think that might have a lot to do with. I think there's a lot of truth in that. I really do. Because NASA is not going to outer space. Alex does say that we go to outer space, but he's saying that NASA is not going to bother going to outer space anymore because they're going interdimensional. Now, I've been telling you that for years, and here's why. This is CERN. And much like NASA, CERN puts out a YouTube video every week or a couple. NASA and CERN both tweet, again, more than Donald Trump. If NASA was legit, we would be seeing them working on machinery that they at least claim was anti-gravitical. Now, I don't claim that gravity is completely real, and actually, the guy that invented it, Sir Isaac Newton, doesn't claim it's real. It's a theory. So get your head around that, or don't. Gravity is not a proven fact. Never was, can't be, because it's not. At any rate, these guys aren't working on anything new. They're using the same old rockets. They're shooting them up in the same old arc. They're not going anywhere, blah, blah, blah. They're working on stuff like this and things that we don't even know about to break into other dimensions. If you look at this right here, this is CERN. See this? It's going to skip. I don't know how to do this. I don't want to lose it. This looks exactly like petroglyphs that you find all over the United States in the desert where I'm at right now. And I'm actually doing a first-person video. So when I'm out there, you can see exactly what I'm looking at. That'll be coming up really soon. I'm uploading everything. It's hard to do it on the road. You see this stuff right here? This looks exactly like the petroglyphs, at any rate. So Alex continues to blather on. He's talking about this, that, and the other thing. I do think he's right. I do think NASA and all the 34,000 plus Nazi war criminals that were imported into the United States that actually started NASA, that is all factual, backed up information, Operation Paperclip. They are talking to interdimensional beings. There is no outer space. Alex even quotes the Bible. He even quotes the Bible and is talking about the firmament above and still thinks that there's no firmament above. He's using that statement to prove a fact, but he still thinks outer space is real. And I don't. At any rate, it sucks that we can't use any of this, but if I do, I think this is all bait to get a bunch of channels taken down. Alex Jones is an operative, always has been. And like I said, you can type in anything and you won't find this. It seems that these guys have been given a platform, and it should really make you wonder why. Seriously, because nobody else can get found in Google search results. This is all to the benefit of both of them. And I mean, at 6.2 million, they're making some coin on this. At any rate, Richie from Boston, like, share, subscribe, or don't. I am out.